I won't sort of keep it too long because we've got some more players to get through, but thanks Frank, you're a shame. You started at Moorabbin, made 180, that you told me this 3 days ago. You made 180 at Moorabbin the day you found out you were having twins. Is that true?
That is correct. Not out.
Not out. We've got to get the not out here. So 180 at the little ground at Lincoln Street. There's a little ground at Moorabbin. Dad played for Moorabbin in the early 70s. So then cross.
That's small.
Well, we'll go with small. We'll go with Brighton Union number 2 small. Everyone knows how small that is. So so you crossed with Johnny Bacon in the early 70s to Southport.
That's correct. I came from Moorabbin Union Club and I got paid $200. Believe it or not, the first year.
That's a lot of money in there.
And I went to Southport. That was how they got me. Long time ago. And just what Tim said about Bruce being a tear away quick, he just said to me, he said, I don't know how he ever took those leg side stumpings. So I used to get up and stump to him. So he wasn't a tear away quick, but he was just bloody good.
Fair enough. Just quickly, I remember watching Bruce and you get up to the stumps, Dad, but Bruce bowling big swingers, and it was a sight of a whole Bruce. Bruce won a few first 11 bowling averages and so on at each shot, and then went on to part the page and was figured heavily in the ones there. So moving on to yourself, Bruce, how did you start yourself at each shot?
I started in just working, under 16, 71, 72. Tony, my elder brother, was playing at the time with a few of his schoolmates, and I played with my schoolmates. It was my first season, 71, 72.
Yep, that's brilliant. And then staying with you, Bruce, so you went on and you also played some under 21 cricket with your brother, 2 brothers, Andrew and Tony. I'm not sure how 3 brothers can play under 21 cricket, rep cricket for the circuit together, but that would have been mid-70s, early 70s?
Yeah, probably 73, 74, 75. Tony and I played together, not with the gun. Andrew. He was a bit younger. But yeah, I mean, they were good times. There was the representative games between the Christmas, or the time from the last game before Christmas to the first game after Christmas. Probably played 2 or 3 or 4 games on turf. I played at Junction Oval, played at Moorabbin, played with guys like Mark Rainey, who's now the boss man of Seeker. Guys like Bill Vorbeck from A&A, Adam's boys from Brighton Union, Dave Crozier. They were good times. Yeah, really good times.
And then to get on turf as a batting player generally, as a 20-year-old.
It was just fantastic.
Yep, very good. And so in 75, 76, East Shotgun won their first ever flag, one and only flag. And Bruce, would you believe, his stats are over there actually because I printed it out, so please have a look. But I know Bruce over 2 weekends, in the semi-final and the final, took 16 wickets to propel, first of all took 8 in an innings. Con Gorizoides played in the semi-final, was out, Ross, for I reckon about, Bruce, I reckon he was out for under 10 or 14 or something.
In the first innings,
in the first innings, yep. There was 2 innings in that game. But Bruce went on to take, then they played in the grand final, so Bruce went on to take 16 wickets in over 2 weeks, which is a testament to himself and his team. And I know they you come up against, was it Caulfield, Carnegie South in the grand final, and we piled on a lot of runs. Dean Rosenberg, who come here tonight, actually made some runs, and I think, was it Bobby Box or Bob McKnight made some runs? Yeah, but just, I don't want you to talk too much about yourself, but I'm sure you're welcome to, Bruce. But 16 wickets is a phenomenal effort over 2 weekends, and to get 8 for in a semi-final. But yeah, just your thoughts on those 2 games and that final, and to win a premiership for East Shot with their first ever one in C grade.
Well, I mean, the semi-final we played Union at Chelsea Heights, and I mean, we bowled first. We bowled out for 64. I took 8 for Cheston Tufa, his opening bowling partner. Ches bench and ended, and we bowled and changed. So we went in batted and passed them, and Boxy made 30 odd, and we got 130 odd, and then it was played over the Saturday and the Monday of Labor Day weekend. So so we're playing on the Monday, and Union better game, and we bowled them out for whatever it was, 103 or something. Chas this time took 7, and I took 3, so we actually bowled unchanged in both innings. And then we went out and played 3 for 30 odd and won the match outright, so it was a fantastic performance. And then the grand final, won the toss batted, and played 330 odd. Dino made 60 odd, Foxy made 60 odd, Tuesday made 30 odd, Bob Higo, the captain, made 40 odd. So that was halfway through the second day. Then they batted, with none 52, Alan Johansson was belters around all over the place. And then it just changed. Chas took the first wicket, and all of a sudden we took 7 for 16, and it was 7 for 68. And then their 8th wicket then sort of batted for the next sort of like, I don't know, hour and a half on the second day, and then an hour and a half on the third day, and it's 68. And then all of a sudden Coombsy got 1 wicket, then I got another, and then Coombsy got the last one, we took 3 for 2, bowled them out, and dead set, and 10 to 15 minutes later, an absolutely pelted down rain. So if they lasted an extra 20 minutes, they would have won because they were higher than what we were. So but it was a great night, great team, great day, great memories.
Fantastic. And I know I spoke to John. John filled me in. There's a bit of a short history of Southmore and East Cheltenham, and John Coombs filled me in and said that I think everyone went back to his place that night after the grand final.
I couldn't tell you.
I reckon he did. I reckon he did say that, and he said there was many a drink to be undertaken that night. So well done. Moving on to 83. So is it true? So the merger happened in. Is it true that East Cheltenham and Southmore played against each other late in 83? And the last game of the year. Dad, did you want to kick us off with what happened in that last game and what happened talks wise? Who won the game? Do you remember?
Southmore won the game. It was one of those days that everything fell apart for all this job on the day. We had a superior team of all younger blokes in those days. None of them were married except myself.
With twins.
Oh, that was great before that. It was back in the 70s. You were born in the 70s.
With 10-year-old twins.
It was decided at the time that Southmore were playing some games at High West, some games at Cheltenham High School, some games at the Gastrel. We were all over the place. We didn't have club rooms. We used to have a little room at the Gastrel, and we had our selection nights at the Chinese restaurant down the road in Park Road, or Cheltenham, just around the corner. And if we didn't like the dim sums, we'd put them up in the light show. And then 2 weeks later we'd go back.
Very mature.
We'd still be in the light show. And we'd add to that. That was our selection. But we used to use people's homes in those days. We went around it. And Southmore was struggling for club rooms. So when we played that game on the little ground at the back, which is always in perfect condition, 10 times better than the big open, and we just spoke to Bruce and Andrew and Dean Rosenberg and a couple other guys, and we said, look, why don't we sit down and have a think about the future of your club, our club. And then, long story short, we decided a couple of months after that we would merge. And it came up at the time. Yes, Mr. Wally,
I remember that game also. Didn't Trevor Wilkinson and Spludgy had the biggest on-field disputing in that game?
well, that was part of their
And then
nature.
after the game, they were hugging and kissing each other when we were in the rooms later on. Is that
That is true, but I didn't want to go down that road because we are a family
Didn't want
club.
to mention that, well, but thanks.
We're a family club. And it was decided then that the club rooms were only about 2 to 3 years old, if I remember, and we thought this was fantastic. 2 ovals, and if you look around now, even at who's in this room, 40 years on, is where it all started. And all I can say is thank you to everyone in this room, because without what we did that night, that merger set this club up to where it is today, which I believe is probably the biggest club this season. So it's a congratulations to everybody in this room. Thank you.
Yeah, oh, Bruce, anything you want to add to the merger, that merger? Yeah, from an East Cheltenham point of view? Or?
Well, from our perspective, we had facilities. We had 2 ovals of pavilion. We didn't have juniors, and we only had, I think, probably 2 senior sides. And yeah, I mean, really looking forward, we really didn't have a future, and Southmore was the perfect fit because they had, you know, senior sides, junior sides, but no facilities. So yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a no-brainer in the end. And yeah, I mean, having met the guys, I mean, they were good guys, and I mean, well, I brought up Sludgy and Wilco over the go, and I mean, that was just such a funny thing because, you know, at the end of it, as blokes do, they tell them, mate, I love you, for a few years. Yeah, so yeah, that was great. And look, I mean, we would have put it to the members of both clubs, and both clubs decided it was a good idea. And yeah, I mean, it's just work. I mean, one of the things that I always remember is, I think after probably the last training session at the end of the start of the 83-84 season, which was after the grand final, we're sitting in that little off room in the pavilion there, because that's the bar area at that stage, drinking the odd beer or two. We might have had a couple too many, singing the Hawthorn theme song because the Mighty Hawks had won the 1983 grand final. And guys like Sludgy and Jeff Bark and me and whatever, I mean, yeah, we were just sitting there. It was absolutely fantastic. And you bond with people like that. And yeah, I mean, it was just a really good start. And look, as Marty said, I mean, I'm absolutely staggered by the success and the quality of this cricket club now, because I could never have envisaged that from, you know, when we started way back in 1983, or his job beforehand. It's an absolute credit to all the people who are involved, certainly the administration, to be able to run a club like this. But yeah, I mean, you are a credit to yourselves and a credit to the association. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bruce. Just quickly, Bruce, touching on smacking Shane Warne around the park.
Which would be good. Oh, it's good to bring that.
I know you've got the front and centre of the scoreboard. Actually, I won't say who bought the scoreboard, but if you want to see Bruce's stats of when he smacked Shane Warne around the park, what were you in that been, Bruce? Shane wouldn't have been that old. Sorry, I don't want to dampen the story, but he was 42.
He was 14. Okay, all right, yeah.
Was that on the page? Was that on the page?
Yeah, it was, yes.
Yeah.
The small level one. Last game of 84, we were either first or second on the ladder. Didn't matter whether we won or lost. Playing this here worst club, I had vague memories of a long-headed kick, violent, loopy leg spinners. I didn't even realise it was the Shane Warne until obviously later on senior school. Right near you won the game, but yeah, it was good memories. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I bellowed around the park. It's funny because in my business I had dealings with people from the subcontinent, and I remember sending the scorebook to the guys, the subcontinent, and they saw me making a few runs against Shane Warne. They thought I was some sort of god.
As you would have been, Bruce.
No, as you would.
And as you would have told them you were. Sure. Yeah. I know I would.
But we lost the game.
Lost the game. There you go. Just moving back to Dad, in regards to, we won't talk about, Paul mentioned about the talks with Kingston Heath, so we've touched on a little bit about that, Dad. But your thoughts on playing with your 7 family members late last year, Dad? I know it was a long time between drinks for you. You retired probably 15 years earlier. Yeah, just your thoughts on that day. Dad played with 7 of his family members, in case you don't know. And we had a good day, but your thoughts on that day and what a thrill it was for yourself?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think I bowled 9 wides and the umpire didn't call one of them.
Brilliant.
I did bowl, Bruce, I didn't have a choice because Paul was captain and he just said you were doing it.
But Dad got a wicket and it wasn't M grade, so that sort of shit happens in M grade. But
And
sorry if there's any M grade.
It was an absolute enjoyment to do it because to play with your grandsons, I did play with both sons during my career. Actually, Paul spoke about it earlier, but the first game that I ever brought Paul and Tim down to the page was we played at Coatesville Primary School. And yeah, that was their first game. They were both 16 years of age.
So someone I know who's standing between the four of us here actually made 166 at Coates School Primary School. I think Adrian and Scotty Hendy played that day. So. Yeah. It's a famous ground in the Ashton name anyway.
But no, look, it's a pleasure to be involved, and trust me, as I say, this is a family club, and it's a pleasure to be involved, to play with your sons, and then to play with 4 of your grandsons on the same day, and 3 or 4 of our best friends throughout this club. So, what else can you say? But you know, it probably won't happen again in a lot of clubs. But in my life, it's been an absolute treat. But you know, I think that's enough, Tim.
I think so. I'll just finish on Bruce. Thanks, Dad, for winding us up.
Before you say that, I just want to say, can I thank Avril, tiny leprechaun over the back there, who just said to me this is the most boring night she's ever been to.
Thanks, Avril.
See, I told you, you little leprechaun, I'd get you. But I really do appreciate all the past presidents, secretaries, treasurers and committee people over the last 40 years for all their hard work, and every one of them is a volunteer. Not one of them gets paid to do any of that. And to the supporters and all you people that are here, thank you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. I've had enough.
Well done. Hey Bruce, just last thing, Bruce, just playing with your 2 brothers and some of the better players you played with throughout your career.
Oh, look, yeah, I mean, Andrew's the best man I've played with. At East Chop, going back. I mean, there's a guy earlier on called Alan Bowes. I mean, he was as good as what Andrew ended up being, right-handed boy, but he went to Union, didn't sort of go on with it. But guys like Johnny Coombs, brother Tony, Johnny, who else? Mark Brown, Mark Brown's here tonight. I mean, he was really quick before he buggered his knee.
He broke a bloke's ice socket, I heard tonight.
Oh, he's a dangerous man. He's a dangerous man.
Can he still bowl in the ones?
Yeah, I mean,
he's 68 now, but I'm sure he can still roll it overhead. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, I mean, he's seriously quick. Yeah, look, I mean, at the page, guys like Wally Viver, Andrew and Dean, I mean, played with Dean most of my entire career. Marty, as a wicketkeeper, I mean, he was fantastic, and a fantastic captain as well. I mean, he was the right choice to make as, numero uno captain of the page. We had some wonderful cricketers at East Shop, and played with some wonderful cricketers at the page. But yeah, I mean, I gave it away in mid to late 80s, I suppose. So yeah, there's been an awful lot of good ones since then. Good on you.
Yep, thanks Bruce. Thanks Dad. Now the rest is over here. We'll roll straight into, John's going to come back up, and we'll roll straight into our next 3 of our 10 and 40 years. You're welcome to grab a quick drink if you like, or while you set up the laptop.